Hey friends, Beastfighter1 here. Welcome to the Ace Attorney trilogy. First off, before we begin, I want to thank you all for being patient with me as I get uploads rolling. I have a lot of stuff on the back burner, so I can't wait for you to all see it. Secondly, thank you for your support on the live streams recently. If you don't know, I'm trying to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on here on YouTube and Twitch and Mixer as well, so if you want to join in on that, links are in the description. But yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about the Ace Attorney series. It's a game that I've been really interested in, but never really gotten around to playing it, but that changes today because there's a trilogy on Switch, and I got that, so let's just start a new game, shall we? Let's start with the first game, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and then we get Justice for All, and then Trials and Tribulations. Oh, I'm really excited. If you are also excited, hit that like button down below. Let's play this game. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Play it? Hell yeah! What do you think I am? What do you think I am? Some kind of weirdo? Yes, of course. Oh. Oh boy. That is... Was that the Thinker? That is the statue. Oh no! Someone spilled tomato juice all over the place. Dang it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've gotta find someone to pin this on.
Someone like him.
Ooh.
I'll make it look like he did it.
Now this is a series that actually got its start on the Game Boy of all things, and then it got ported over to DS, and now a lot of systems it got remastered for mobile and for modern consoles now. So this is a cool way to play the game. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Hello. Hi. Hello. Oh, hi, Chief. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed.
Not everyone takes a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me. I want to help out.
Oh, that's Phoenix, I'm sorry.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him.
I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, he's really loud. Can you shut up, buddy? This is the defendant lobby. Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Sounds like he wants to die. No! Really? I didn't glean that from him. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Larry and Butts. His last name is Butts. Larry Butts? Harry Butts? Is that your brother? Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in the world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Oh, so he's in trial today. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. I was born one day, and then I was like, hey, I want to be a lawyer. So I did it. My first case is a fairly simple one. Ketchup everywhere. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. A very unfortunate name. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh man, it's been, in the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I could say though, it's usually not his fault, he just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone, that he's a good guy at heart, and that I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. What a good guy, Phoenix. Good guy, Phoenix. And that's just what I'm going to do. All right, August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Mumble, did he murder? Murder!
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. No, hands shaking, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
That would be Mr. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name. I, just forgot, temporarily. You know how the brain is.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it at any time, okay?
Okay.
What's the R button?
Right, so we just press R, and we see that we have an attorney's badge. No one would believe I was defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Looks like a freaking donut. Looks very delicious. And Cindy's autopsy report. Let's take a look at that. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. That's Cindy.
Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
That is Mr. Cindy Stone. Cinder Block? I wish, dude. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Cindy.
Correct. If you could stop messing up your words, that'd be great. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was
hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor?
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Statue. A statue of the thinker. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Again, what's the R button?
All right.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready.
All right.
Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Well, I guess knowing Larry at this point, he probably will. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. That's what I said. Phoenix, you and I. Two like minds think alike.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, bud. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony.
Didn't they all die? I was gonna say, yeah.
I wasn't dumped. She wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on January, February, March, April, May, June, July 30th, the day before the murder. I'm smart.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
I would kill to have any sugar daddies.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you wanted him to answer the question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Just stop him from answering, I guess. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay, just calm down, Larry. Larry, just don't take any drastic measures here.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motives is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good. Not at all.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Larry's voice is changing all the time. I'm very sorry. Uh-oh. He went. He went in his pants? There's a pool of urine under him? What? What do I do? Just have him answer honestly at this point. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. But, okay, that's a little soft. Let's turn the sound effects up a little bit.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, let's simplify matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Okay.
Ah, this is very important information. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank
Saw it to the stand. Frank, he saw it. Oh man, I have a feeling I'm gonna like this game for the names of the people.
Mr. Saw it, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Side, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
All right, here we go. Witness's account, witness testimony. Here we go. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Oh, so Mr. Larry, huh? You think that, really? Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. That phone that Mr. Side used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Blackout record added. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. So he couldn't have heard it then.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. You may
begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? How could they? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Ah, there it is, the key. I just unlock it and he did it. He didn't do it. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R button, then point out the What is this R button you keep talking about? I need answers. Okay, Mr. Saw It, if that even is your real name. Let's find this out. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he had left the door half open behind him. Okay, let's see this one first. Let's press this one. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad. and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looks suspicious. So what happened next?
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him, okay? Think it is strange that I looked inside the apartment. And I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. That seems true. I coiled in fright and moved myself. I found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. So that's the last statement, isn't it? So you remember it was 1 p.m., but how? The power was out. Let's press this. 1 p.m., are you certain?
Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident.
1 p.m.?
Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Of course. Remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. The defendant sitting right over there. Okay, so we got that blackout report, right? So let's see that. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. So where could he have heard it from? Let's present that. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they? What? Not at all, Mr. Wright, please think... What? I thought... What? Huh? Oh, because the autopsy report, because time of death was 4 to 5 p.m., so... It couldn't have been 1 p.m. Alright, let's present that. You found the body at 1 p.m. I'm learning, guys, I'm learning. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Oh, that. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
You got it, Mia.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Why again? The first time should be the right time. There's trickery afoot here.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. I'm terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Wrong!
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
That couldn't be true. That couldn't be true.
Right. You know what to do.
I got this one. I know where it is. I know. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Let's get this bread. See, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time was probably coming from television. Now, funny that you say that, because around the time of Cindy's death, there was also a blackout, which knocked out all power, and the phone didn't work then, so that means the TV shouldn't work either. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite.
Wait, I remember now. I remember it all.
Shut up, Mr. Sawit. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning, you stupid idiot. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. Imagine you seem rather distraught. There's a lot of sweat coming from you. Are you all right? Would you like to remove your coat somehow?
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Why are you allowing this? What kind of court is this? Hearing the time. All right. Let's see you worm your way out of this one. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Okay.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it.
Okay.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Here we go. Okay, hearing the time. Let's see. I actually didn't hear the time, I saw it. There's a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Was there? You have no evidence of that. The murder weapon, the killer used to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Now find the contradiction. Okay. I didn't hear the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? But is the murder weapon a clock? Hold on. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? How is it supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this clock is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue, my apologies.
Okay.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yeah, I do, actually. Your Honor, there was a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. That's true. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove it. Prove I went in there. Now I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Ah. Aha. Aha.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, it's looming over. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. This music is bopping, dude. I love this. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What?
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
What would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never.
Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Okay. Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death! Oh, okay. Totally not a crazy man.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment please. This isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
the whole case is riding on this. I better think through it carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw It heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock, actually. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. There's a beep. I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw It heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw It, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha! You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing.
How did you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Oh, he's right. How am I going to prove that? Dang it, I'm so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor. No, don't say that. Don't say yes.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately,
Oh no.
this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Salt.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Uh-oh. Wait. Not so fast, Mr. Sawhite. Chief. Listen up, Bright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I'm gonna become the real-life thinker statue now. I'm just gonna sit in the museum all day. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right. Right? Can you think of a reason to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Not right now, but I'm gonna say yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you said the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Let's see. You have the badge, you have the autopsy reports, statue, passport. Maybe... Isn't there a time difference between... That's all I can consider. Let's try this. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day. Oh, the clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. There we go. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when he struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Syatt? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? I hate myself.
Oh gosh.
Where'd he go? He disappeared from the stand.
Order, I say.
That was pretty. That's pretty dark, man. That was pretty gruesome.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What'd you just call me? At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty. Hey, clap it up for my boy Larry. Yeah, awesome.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Yeah, boy, we did it. We saved Mr. Larry Butts. We saved his butts. It turns out that Frank Sawhite was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. Oh, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawhite let himself in to do his dirty work. To burglarize. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawhite grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And did the deed. Oof. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant, Lobby, number 2. Oof. I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles out in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick.
Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry? Yes, you. Oh boy. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts. Innocent. Jeez. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Oh, really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? Jeez. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? How many times are you gonna say, isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? My badge? No. She brought the thinker to Paris, I think. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed the clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. I really hope so too. He's a good man.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you'll present it all the evidence. Please don't forget evidence. Please press the R button. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself.
Oh. Inspiration right there.
Right. Listen, learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
You're right.
Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
I love me some innocent butts. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry.
It's Larry.
You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
I'm down. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me up." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Oh, and my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh? And why is that? The end of the first case, of course. Oh man, well, we got up to a nice point there. A brand new episode has been added. Yay! Turnabout Sisters. All right. Want to save your progress? Yes, please. So that's where we're gonna end up this episode of Ace Attorney. I really hope you enjoyed. I don't think this series is gonna get many views, but I'm enjoying recording it. I hope you enjoyed too. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like, comment down below, share with friends and family, subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. And as always, fight the beast, my friends. Stay awesome. Have a great day. See y'all next time. Goodbye.